Shadow, right there. What is that?
Alex Zero lives rent-free in the Bay Area, one of the priciest housing markets in the country.
So this is your boat?
This is my boat. The Kindred Spirits. I grew up on the water.
What do you love about it?
I want freedom, you know? No neighbors, I can be loud. And it's cheap, cheaper than living on land.
Just north of the Golden Gate Bridge, the median home price in Marin County is over $1 million. But that's not a problem for the free-spirited boat dwellers who have been living there for decades. They're known locally as anchor-outs.
Howdy.
Hi there.
Hi, how you doing? So I came here at the beginning of the 21st century, and it's a way to get away from the pressures of onshore life.
Why don't you want to live on shore?
Well, paying the rent to the landlord is not my bag at the moment. I mean, the average rent here, I couldn't. People out here are different and a little more self-sufficient than a lot of people on shore. People will lend a hand towards each other.
There we go.
It's the last little area where people live kind of to themselves, you know, in their own way. And society wants to get rid of that. They want everybody in a sort of a cage or a box. I don't owe anybody anything. I don't owe a mortgage. And there's nothing wrong with any of that. That's fine. I've done that before too, but I choose this way because it's just a more peaceful way of existing. So I have no worries, really.
None of this is actually legal. Since the 80s, there's been a local law that boats can only anchor for 72 hours, but authorities look the other way. Marin homeowners, though, have had enough.
How many times have anchor-outs crashed into your dock?
Well, the dock or underneath the deck, a minimum of 16 times.
16?
Yeah, and that's not uncommon up and down the street. I mean, it happens all the time. You can see over there, the bedroom, that was where it got underneath the house. Over on this side, where it hit us and wedged itself underneath, was right where this lift is now.
Jim Robertson works in finance and lives in a waterfront home. He's lobbied everyone from state agencies to law enforcement to take action against the anchor-outs.
So the anchor-out community is somewhat diverse. I would say 80 to 90% of them have made some really bad life decisions. What do I mean by that? They're meth addicts, they're alcoholics, they're ex-felons or current felons. 5% of the people just are looking for a way to not spend any money and they just don't want to pay taxes, you know, or rent.
This is one of the most expensive housing markets in the country. Where else can people live around here?
It's a tough question. There's not any buildable land left here, so probably not a lot of homeless shelters or opportunities for people to live here. I have to work, pay taxes, and do, you know, everything like everybody else does. It's a nice dream to live on the water, and I understand why people want to do it, but you went out and saw what those boats look like. They're not seaworthy.
I got hot water heater, I got a shower. Yeah, there's a stove top right here. You know, if you're not dressed in a polo shirt around here and khakis, you don't fit in.
Do you feel judged by the people in this area?
A lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They just look at us with disgust. I'm a working man, dude. I work on everything. Motors, cars, trucks, my boat. You get dirty. You know, I've had people come up to me at 7-Eleven and hand me money. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, like I don't, thank you, but I don't need the money, you know? I work, I got a job, you know? I take care of myself.
But now, the anchor-out way of life may be coming to an end. The state, under pressure from homeowners and conservation groups, is forcing local authorities to clear the bay by 2026. That's a task that's fallen on one guy, the harbor master.
You look at that boat
right there. You can see the underbelly of the boat and the mast is tilted to one side. That boat's sitting in the mud.
So it's not floating.
It's not floating. You know, you take a look at every single piece of debris that's on that deck could go right in the water. Gas cans full of gasoline, oil and other petroleum residues off of his engine. You know, people have died out here. You know, it's for the combination of both public safety and protection of the environment.
Enforcement is ramping up. The harbor master and his predecessor got rid of more than 100 boats in the last 2 years, many of which were labeled as marine debris and taken to be destroyed.
I bought my boat for $27,000 10 years ago. I wanted to live on the water. It was my dream because I worked on boats with my stepdad growing up. And the water life was always kind.
This is your boat?
Yeah. This is my boat. I don't even know where to start. I mean, as you can see, my whole life was in here.
Tim Logan's boat started to take on water during a recent storm and then was confiscated by the harbor master.
So what's this?
This is my grandma's photo album
Wow.
that my uncle had that got passed down because he just recently died. This is my back bedroom, and I loved it because I could look out the back right here. I would see San Francisco skyline. I mean, during the day, it's beautiful.
Do you ever feel conflicted with your role in piece by piece sort of taking apart this community?
I wouldn't say conflicted, probably a better word is empathetic. I recognize that for many of these people, those boats out there are all they have. That is every single worldly possession that they have is out there on the water. And so in that sense, yes, I feel conflicted. But the bottom line is you're breaking the law.
This is a homeless encampment where some of the anchor outs have moved after their boats have been confiscated.
I mean, some of these people have no choice. They have no place to go. Their boat was their home. I had some things to do, and I went away for, I think, 5 days. I was back on the 5th day. My boat was not there. Some people are lost. They're beside themselves. They don't know what to do. I mean, what would you do? You work, you come home, and your home's gone.
The city of Sausalito set up this homeless camp right next to the shipyard where anchor out boats are held.
They put us right there where they're crushing the boats, you know? We got to sit here and watch them do it, you know? Well, that's your boat being crushed today. Yeah, I know, I seen it.
Do you ever feel bad for the people that are losing their homes in all of this?
Of course. I totally feel bad. I mean, you know, I don't know if I'd say it's an unfair situation. In capitalism, you're going to have those who want to work hard, those who are smarter, those who are lucky, those that are unlucky. I think that's what you're looking at, only it's on steroids around here.
We're eyesores to the rich and the elite out here. There's a lot of money in between these two hills. We don't have the degrees or whatever they got to be having their $1 million mansions or whatever. I live just fine. You know what I mean? I like the way I live, and I don't bother nobody. You know, just go to work, go fishing. That's my life. I mean, I'm not going nowhere. But they'll probably put me in handcuffs, take me to jail or whatever, and while I'm gone, they'll come and grab the boat and take it over there and grab it with the claw and crush the bow of it.
You talk about it like it's inevitable.
It's because it'll happen. That's the way they're gonna do it. I'd have to be probably living in that tent city. It really sucks. There's no compassion around here.